Tonight's game sponsored by Chevrolet. Tried, tested, and true.
Molson, 3 stars of our early games at Ottawa. Alexi Ashen, 2 goals and an assist. Star number 1, Daniel Alfredson, gets his 17th of the year. And Matthew Barnaby with a key goal for the Buffalo Sabres in the 4-4 draw at the in San Jose tonight. 4-4, the final in the nation's capital. Damian Rhodes, the big save when it counted, as a Fort McMurray boy congratulates him. And there's Derek King, number 1 star for the Maple Leafs as they win by 4. So we're on the air from Calgary. Updates from San Jose still to come on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Not the Senators looked to be home and cooled in the first period when you led the Sabres 4-1. Here's Jacques Martin to tell us what happened to his team the rest of the way.
Well, the bottom line, I think Shields made some good saves after the first period. We had plenty of chances in the second, and especially in the third. He made some key saves, and we gave them some goals tonight. I thought there was 2 goals that we gave them, and it's tough to win games when you get goals like that. But I thought Damian Rhodes came back, made a key save in the last minute of the overtime to prevent the point.
You certainly gave them one of the 2 of which you speak when Damian Rhodes gave the puck away to Curtis Brown. Was your heart in your throat when you saw him wander from the net?
Well, you know, I thought he was going to play the puck because he had the puck on his stick and he missed clearing it, and they capitalized on it. And it's one of those nights. I think there was 2 goals. I think their second goal was a similar situation where a bad angle shot snuck under his stick and got in. So hopefully that game is past, and he'll regroup and we'll play again on Monday.
Not to forget, Jacques, that you did not lose the game tonight. It's a big single point to go 3 up on the Carolina Hurricanes, who lost in Toronto. Were you aware of the Carolina score throughout your game tonight?
Yes, I was, and I think like we would like to get the 2 points, but to get the 1 point is important because we don't have the tiebreaker with Carolina, so 1 point could be important.
Jacques, I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Jacques Martin's Ottawa Senators tie the Sabres at 4 at the Corral Center tonight. Ron.
Scott, as you just said, 3 points is now the cushion. Ottawa's in Tampa and Miami Monday, Tuesday. If they won both those games and Carolina lost against Boston on Monday, they'd be in just like that. They've got Tampa, Miami, Montreal, and Buffalo at the Senators. Carolina's is much tougher. Boston, Pittsburgh, and 2 with Washington. So that is a key point for the Ottawa Senators. We'll continue our coverage on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. Beautiful Calgary Tower and downtown Calgary, where it was a lovely Easter Saturday. We're getting set for the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary playing. Edmonton never wins in here. I don't know why.
I hate playing. When I had a first-place club, I hated playing teams that are out of the playoffs like Toronto because they've got nothing to lose. Have you ever played pool? When you've got nothing to lose, you're great. Put some money on the line, and then you choke up. It's the same thing as Carolina. It's the same thing as Edmonton coming in here. It's the very same thing. Calgary's got nothing to lose. And I remember a game in Boston. Of all the games I remember in Boston, we were going for first spot, and we had 3 games left, and in the middle was Colorado in Boston, so we had that one, we thought. Won that game, forgot about that. I remember Colorado beat us in the Boston Gardens, and I remember Mike Christie, and I just absolutely went wild after saying, where were they in October? Why didn't they play like that in October? So it's tough on Edmonton playing like that because, you know, the other team has got nothing to lose.
How come you didn't say on TV what you said to me earlier about how ticked off Carolina ought to be that Shields got the start?
Oh, you have to bring that stuff up, eh?
You know,
I got nothing against Shields, but what I'm saying is when the teams are going for the, and I'm not knocking Ottawa, and if I was Carolina, I'd be a little ticked off that they didn't play HNIC. When I had the first place club and we were going down the stretch and I knew a team was fighting for the playoffs, I would play Rattel and Cheevers and guys like that. I would never sit a guy out and be unfair. Now, you're telling me...
Happened last year, and it's funny enough, John Muckler made him play.
Yeah, absolutely right. You're telling me that if they got 4 goals for HNIC, he would have lost the game? No way. That's not fair.
But
you asked me,
Damian Rhodes beat HNIC 1-0 last Sunday.
Yeah.
And, you know, they played back-to-back nights.
Wait a minute. How many goals?
1-0.
1. Yeah. And how many did they get today?
They got 4.
Thanks
That's right.
a lot.
4-1 they added.
Don't argue with me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, well, who would say HNIC shouldn't play over Shields?
Absolutely.
So if you're Edmonton going in tonight, you know that. You know the Calgary's loose. Brian Sutter's got him wired, but Calgary's got to be a little different.
What they have, well, missing the playoffs, I've been talking to a few guys. You're a failure. The whole summer, you're an absolute failure. I missed the playoffs twice in my career. You go home, you don't want to talk. Remember Sutter in the paper? You just want to be by yourself. You don't want to talk to anybody or anything. So I feel sorry for Calgary. What happened to them? They were a tough team to play at the start of the season. Peluso got hurt, Stern got hurt, and then he traded McCarthy. They were not a tough team to play at the end. That's exactly what I think happened to Calgary.
Rocky Thompson's going to come out and try and show you that
Well,
he's taking over for Sandy tonight, but he's just a young guy. Here are the standings in the Western Conference. So Edmonton with San Jose at 74, Chicago 72. They've got a tough date with Phoenix tomorrow. Stand by, it ought to be a beauty. The Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames on Hockey Night in Canada next.
This portion of Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC is brought to you by Ford Motor Company of Canada Limited.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Cole, and with me is John Garrett. We're in the booth, and down there in the ice, they're ready to go. Calgary and Edmonton, and everything on the line for the Edmonton Oilers, the goaltenders in the hockey game. Curtis Joseph, by his own admission, he did not have a good game in Anaheim on Wednesday, but he came back with a shutout in LA the very next night. And at the other end, Wayne Rollison. Now, he has started 3 of the last 4, a win, a tie, and a loss. He's won and lost in 2 games against Edmonton this season.